Hey guys, I know it's only early November, but I'm here to talk to you about what's happening for the holidays at the Walt Disney World Resort. Now, let's talk about the basics. Disney's holiday experiences begin roughly November 8th and end around January 6th. Now, some dates will vary and fluctuate depending on what experience it is and what it has to do with, and when it's going on in the parks, along with what's happening for New Year's that year. Some of the other things. Some of the items are free to do. Some of the things we'll talk about at Disney Springs or the resorts are completely free to take part in. Some of the events are a extra ticketed price. It's just kind of the way it is. Some of the things are included with the price of admission, so it does vary when it comes to the holidays, and there's a lot of ground. It gives a lot of options for people, no matter what budget you are. Disney's Magic Kingdom. Now, the big number one thing for the holidays at Walt Disney World, and I would say it's the most popular one, is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Similar to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, is an additional ticketed event. At Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, I've got some notes here. The first night will start November 8th and it'll run through December 21st. The reason why it stops earlier than Christmas is because after December 21st, the happenings, the events, the parade, the fireworks, and the stage shows become part of the everyday schedule from December 22nd and on. Tickets start around $95 without any discounts for some of the first few weekday dates in November, and it goes all the way up to about $125 for the last day of the event on December 21st without any discounts included. There are discounts applicable, but they vary from day and what type of discount you're looking to get. Now, at the event, they have, similar to the Halloween party, they've got specialty fireworks, a specialty parade, specialty stage show, and they are amazing. The fireworks is called Holiday Wishes, and it's one of my favorite soundtracks. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to see if they've added anything new with regards to mapping on the castle, because last time I saw it, they were not doing projection mapping on the castle, so I'm excited to see if anything's changed with that. They also have the Frozen Holiday Wish, which is where Elsa lights up the castle in holiday lights and makes it look like it's been turned to ice, as well as, I believe it's called the Mickey's Merriest Christmas Celebration, which is a stage show with all the characters. They do a bunch of fun songs. I've actually never seen that in person. They were doing a different stage show the last time I went to the event. And the parade, oh, the parade is so good. It's one of my favorite things as well, along with the fireworks. The parade is called Once Upon a Christmas Time Parade, and they have everything from toy soldiers in the parade to gingerbread cookies that have the flat back, and reindeer and Santa, and it snows, and it's amazing, and I love it. Now, when it comes to the parade, I always recommend checking the weather forecast. And you might say, Bridget, why would I check the weather forecast about a parade? If you have a chance of rain, see the earlier parade. That way, no matter what, you're able to see that parade. Yes, it will be the busier parade. However, if weather looks good, wait and see that second parade. I find that the crowds are a lot less and it's much easier to get a seat right on Main Street, which is where I prefer to watch it, because I'll give you a little hint, it snows on Main Street. Yes, it's really cool. Now, at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, you go trick-or-treating. What would you do for the Christmas celebration? You're gonna get cookies. Yes, you heard that right. Cookies, hot chocolate, hot cider. I know, I believe last year they had snowmen, or pretzels that looked like little snowmen, and snow cones, and Dove chocolates, and those are all complimentary with your ticket. They're included in the price of admission, like the trick-or-treating is. And along with it, a lot of people recommend bringing, so for me, when I go to the Halloween party, I always bring a larger trick-or-treating bag. I bring Tupperware with me to the Christmas party, so I put the extra cookies in there, because they don't limit you. One little tip. Now, like most Disney specialty events, there's specialty merch. Now, I haven't seen the actual Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party merch yet, That'll probably be announced coming up in this week. However, I've seen the Christmas merch this year, and oh my gosh, it's amazing. They have a Mickey Mouse hat that has reindeer antlers and it lights up. I'll include a photo right now of me wearing the hat. I really want it. It is $35, and a lot of the Christmas stuff is a little bit more pricier, but it's really cute merch this year. There's also specialty character meet and greets. You can meet the 7 dwarves. You can meet Santa Claus. I don't believe Sally's there for Christmas. And then they've got all the characters decked out in their Christmas garb, including Santa Goofy. Now on to Epcot. What does Epcot offer for the holidays? Now, with Epcot being a combination of Future and the World Showcase, most of the holiday offerings will be in the World Showcase. The most popular being the world famous Candlelight Processional. The Candlelight Processional is where a celebrity narrator will come in and tell the biblical story of Christmas. And he's surrounded by a huge chorus. It can be, a lot of the time it is cast members that have to audition and rehearse for the processional. And as well as local high schools will come and perform. The high school I actually went to when I was in school, every year went down and performed in it. It is included in park admission. However, I will say seating is extremely limited, and if you have the opportunity to, I highly recommend getting the dining package for that reason. And the dining package isn't any more expensive than it would be to dine at the restaurant on its own. It just gives you specialty seating and priority seating for the event, which you will need. If you're going to do standby, get there super early, because especially with the more popular narrators, a lot of the time people will wait in line for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours for the narrator and not even get a spot to sit. So it does fill up very quickly, even though it is included in park admission. The other option that Epcot has for the holidays is called Festival of the Holidays. Of course, it's Epcot. What would it be without a festival? Now, with this festival, they do have the food and drinks that they would have, like they have during Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, Festival of the Arts, whatnot. However, they're holiday themed. So you might find like a bûche de Noël in France, or a true turkey, sausage, stuffing, American Christmas dinner in the American Pavilion. I will say, I had the chocolate pecan tart in the US Pavilion last year. It was excellent, and I know it's coming back this year. I'm super excited about it. As well as the food and dining options, they actually have a representative in every country come out, and they'll talk about the traditions the country has for the different holidays there. And even if they don't talk about Christmas, they'll talk about a celebration that they do take part in that country. So it's really fun. It's really entertaining. We actually, we ended up watching the one in the United Kingdom and in France last year, and it was very enlightening, and I think it's the kind of thing that kids would enjoy as well. One of the last things to do at Epcot is to meet Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So you can meet Santa and Mrs. Claus back in the US Pavilion in an adorable little set. They do have photo pass photographers up, and you meet them simultaneously. We actually had our Christmas card photos taken there last year, and it was so much fun, even as a fully grown adult. It was really magical, and everyone who I spoke to in line had a good experience with it as well. So I definitely recommend that, especially if you're looking for a good family photo. Now, Disney Hollywood Studios. I know in years past, they used to have the Osborne spectacle of dancing lights. Unfortunately, with the addition of Toy Story Land and Star Wars Land, that is no more. I know, I'm just as sad as everyone else about it. May they rest in peace. Bring them back, Disney, please. But on a more serious note, Disney Hollywood Studios, with the loss of the Osborne spectacle of dancing lights, have definitely stepped up their game when it comes to Christmas. Right now they have, during the holidays, they'll have what's called Flurry of Fun. And that's a couple different things that are going on in the park that kind of make up a fun night in the park. I always like going over and watching the tree lighting at Echo Lake. They decorate it super pretty. There's giant baubles in the lake. The Christmas tree is actually in the lake, which is really nice. And they even put a little Santa hat on Gertie, so Gertie's not left out. Another thing that Hollywood Studios does for the holidays is called Sunset Season's Greetings. Now, what they do is they project down Sunset Boulevard onto the Tower of Terror. And they turn it into a gingerbread house, a Lego house, different things like that. Super cool. They also have billboards down Sunset Boulevard that actually come to life and help tell fun stories, and you'll see the Muppets and the Toy Story characters and Olaf and Sven, and it's a lot of fun. It's a quick show. It snows on Sunset Boulevard also, which is awesome. My favorite thing at Hollywood Studios for the holidays is Jingle Bell Jingle Bam, their holiday fireworks show. And it's not just a fireworks show. They actually project onto the Chinese theater as well, and they tell a whole story with the characters from Prep and Landing, and it's a lot of fun. There's great music. It just kind of makes you want to get up and dance. It's really well done. I saw it numerous times last year, and every time I noticed something a little bit different. And it does snow as you're leaving down the main straightaway out of Hollywood Studios, which is really magical and special. And anytime you can get it to snow in Florida, well, bless your soul. Or maybe I should say, bless your snow. Also, new this year, with the opening of Toy Story Land, they're bringing in a holiday twist to Toy Story Land. So what I've been able to tell is that they're bringing in new soundtracks for Alien Swirling Saucers and Slinky Dog Coaster. And I do know that Buzz, Woody, and Jessie will all be getting Christmas hats as well. I would love it if they put a Christmas hat on Slinky Dog for Slinky Dog Coaster, but I can't imagine them doing that, but it would be incredible if they did that. And lastly, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Now, I would say this is definitely the park that has the least amount of holiday options. However, they do have something new this year. So earlier this year, they opened Up, a Great Bird Adventure, with the characters of Up. Well, they're incorporating and let me look at this, that way I don't try to completely butcher it. They'll be telling the story of Diwali. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but it's India's Festival of the Lights, and they'll be telling that story. So, and also Animal Kingdom's a great place because it's one of the only place I can actually think of off the top of my head where you can meet Minnie and Mickey in their holiday gear together. Normally you can meet Mickey or you can meet Minnie. You don't meet them together. Here you can meet them together and they're in their holiday gear, which is super cute. It's a cute little sweater and pants, and it's all matchy-matchy, and Minnie looks fabulous, and Mickey looks dashing. So it's a lot of fun. I think it's a great option, especially to be able to meet them together. Next, Disney Springs. Now, Disney Springs also gets the tree, gets tons of decorations, but it also has the Christmas tree trail. Now, the Christmas tree trail started in 2016 with about, I think it said between 10 to 15 trees. And they're all decorated to different characters or different things having to do with Disney and the parks and the characters and the resorts and whatnot. And little by little, they keep increasing it. So this year, they're having 25 trees, which is up from the 20 trees that they had last year. And it snows, and they play Christmas music, and you can meet Santa, and it's amazing, and it's super fun. I did it probably 2 or 3 times last year, and I always noticed something different on the tree. And they do have PhotoPass photographers in that area to take your photo if you see a tree that you'd like to have a photo in front of. They do have PhotoPass photographers over there. And they have a lot of holiday food options at Disney Springs during that time. And the great thing about the Christmas tree trail is that it's free. It's free to park at Disney Springs, and it's free to take part in the Christmas tree trail. Now, last but not least are the Disney resorts. Now, of course, every Disney resort has a Christmas tree. and some Christmas decorations. However, Disney Deluxe Resorts go above and beyond. Most of the deluxe resorts have some sort of gingerbread display. For example, last year, the Contemporary had a giant castle made out of gingerbread that had the different Olafs had Olaf and Anna and the other Frozen characters on it. And it also had a ton of hidden Mickeys, which is a lot of fun to try to find. And probably the most famous gingerbread decoration at a Disney World Resort is the Grand Floridian. Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa actually builds a life-size gingerbread house and actually has a shop in the house that they have people work out of and selling gingerbread products. And you can actually get like a gingerbread shingle like they used on the house, and it's coated in chocolate and it's really good. But they're free to take part in. All you have to do is either eat at the resort or park at the resort, or yeah, you really need to eat at the resort or park at the resort or be staying at the resort to take a look at them. One of my best suggestions is if you're going to the Magic Kingdom, instead of taking the monorail either straight to the Magic Kingdom or straight back from the Magic Kingdom, hop on that resort monorail, go around the loop, and get off at each of the different hotels and look at them. I think it's a great way of checking out and seeing what each of the resorts have to offer. I remember doing that on New Year's Eve one night, it was the day before New Year's Eve, and inside the Grand Floridian we saw them, they had these huge like net barrels. They were filled with balloons and they were hoisting them up to the ceiling for New Year's Eve the next night, which was really cool to watch them like physically do that, because there were a lot of balloons. There was probably 6 of those like giant barrels that filled the ceiling. So that was a lot of cool. I highly recommend checking it out, and every resort's a little different. Last year they did a carousel at either, is it the beach resort? It's either the beach resort or the yacht resort. I don't remember which one it is. They both do a gingerbread display. I just can't remember which one's which. But definitely check those out. Definitely check out the deluxe resorts. A lot of the other resorts will have Christmas decorations, but they might not be to the extent of some of the deluxe ones. So that's about it. Right now I'm getting ready to head to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party this week. I'm super excited to go. I haven't been in about 3 years, so I'm excited to see the new changes with the new stage show, see what other offerings they have, see what kind of merch there is, because who doesn't love cute merch? I'm also very excited to see what Disney does for the holidays at Toy Story Land, and to check out the Festival of Delights in Animal Kingdom. So I will definitely keep you guys tuned in and brought along with me as I experience holidays around Central Florida, and look out for some more information coming to you about what to do for the holidays in Central Florida. I should be having a video coming out about Universal in probably the next week or so. So keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you next time on Bridgette's Buzz.